What's up guys, welcome to this video where we're going to do some exercises considering arrays in C language. So we will cover exercises in one-dimensional arrays, which includes show the greatest index elements, calculate the average of the list, show the two greatest values of the table, and show the three least values of the table. Okay guys, let's see our first problem of showing the greatest elements in the list. Let's explain the algorithm. Now we have a list of integers and we want to put a variable called max, and this variable is associated to 0. Now what we should do is we should iterate through the list and see the first elements. We see here that the first element, which is 1, is greater than 0, so max equal 1. Then we go to the second element. 2 is greater than 1, so necessarily max should equal to 2. And to the third, 3 is equal to 2, is greater than 2, so max equal 3. And 4 is greater than 3, so max equal 4, until we reach 5, and 5 is greater than all the rest. So max equal 5. And that's how we found the greatest elements in the list. Now let's jump to code. So now let's start coding. We're going to code this problem in C language. So first thing we should do is we should call the library studio. So include studio.h. Then do the main function, which is int main, and create a list. Let's say it has 6 elements. So let's choose some elements, for example 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and let's call the max variable. Here we come to the iteration part. So for int I equals 0, I is less than 6, and plus plus I. Now if list.I is greater than max, so we're going to do a condition. If list I is greater than max, max equal to list.I. So for example, max equals 0. If the first element is greater than max equals 0, so max equal the first element, and it will go so on until it finds the greatest elements basically. Then we're going to printf the max variable. So printf max, and let's run our code. First thing, let's check if these are 6 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, 6 elements. Cool. Let's run. This So here we have 9, and 9 is the biggest element in this list. Alright, let's move now to the second problem, which is finding average of the list. So we have a list of 1, 2, 3 elements, for example, and we want to find the average. So the average obviously is 2, and there is a beautiful formula for finding average, which is counting the sum of the the list and dividing it by the length of the list. It will give you 2, and 2 is the average. And the question now, how to find the sum? What is the algorithm to find the sum? So the sum works by initializing it to 0, then loop through the list and keep adding element to the sum until it stops. And there we have our sum. We need just to divide it by the length of our list and we get it through average. So now let's jump to coding part. Now let's include our famous library, studio. Studio.h. Then let's call our main function main. Let's enter our preferable lists. So for this example, I'm going to go through a list of 10 elements. For example, 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 2, 11, 12, 12, and 14. Let's initialize our sum to 0. Oh, I forgot this comma. And let's call our average. Our average will be a float. Average, float average. Float average. So now let's loop through the list. Int I equals 0. I is less than 10. And plus plus I. Let's accumulate the sum. So sum will be accumulated through this list. So equal list.I. So here at the first loop, when I equals 0, sum will equal 1, and then sum will be equal to 1, and then it will, for the second loop, 1 will be added to 5, so it will be 6, and so on until we complete our list. So this is how it works for the sum mechanism. And then the average, let's define our average, is equal to sum divided by the length of the list. And in order to find the length of the list, we have to do call some methods like size of our list, and we should divide it by size of list 0. Size of list 0. Yeah, I think it's right. So now let's print our average. Our average, as we defined, it's a float. Let's do the float sign here. So %f and call the average. And yeah, this is our program. So now when we run it, let's wait. Yeah, it gives you 7, and 7 is the average of this list. So we solved the second problem. Let's move to the third. So now let's go to the third problem. First thing, let's type include, oh I forgot hashtag include studio.h. Then we call our main function. And we define our lists. For example, here we have 9 elements. So 9, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, and 5. We want to start this list. I forgot comma. Oh, I forgot to type int here. Sorry. So now let's move. And let's define a temporary variable. This we're going to use it in swapping elements inside the bubbles. For int I equals 0, I is less than 9, and plus plus I. This is for looping through elements inside the list, and the other loop that we're going to define here is for making bubbles, for looping through bubbles, which are these two numbers here, for example. So let's define the g variable. G is smaller than 8 because we've got there 8 bubbles, and plus plus g. Now the comparison, we're going to compare numbers inside the bubbles, and to do that we're going to do an if statement. If list g is bigger, so if list g is bigger than list g plus 1, now if the list dot the smaller index, which is list g, and this is list g plus 1, if it's bigger than list g plus 1, then we swap them. So list g should have smaller elements, and list g plus 1 should have bigger elements. So the temp function helps us in the temp variables helps us in this process. So temp equal list dot g. We move list g into a temporary variable. Then list g. Oh, sorry, list g plus 1. List g plus 1 equal to list g. Now we have placed the list g plus 1 elements with list g. Now we should place list g with no, I think I did a mistake here. List g is equal to list No, I did a mistake. I inversed them, so list G plus 1. Sorry, had a mistake here. And list G plus 1 is equal to temp. And that's how it works. Now if we show the elements inside the list, you're gonna see that the list is sorted. So int I equals 0, I is less than 9, and plus plus I printf percent sign printf d less I, and when we run it, it's debugging right now. When we run it, you will see that it is sorted. Let's go to terminal. Yeah, so here as we see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here it is sorted, as we see right here, and here is not sorted. So the process worked quite well. Now what we have to do is we have to printf the two greatest values. So two greatest values are %d and we have to find the two greatest values and the three least values. Three least values and %d. List dot two greatest values are list 0. Now we should do 2%d because we have two numbers. Have two, and here we have 3. So two, so list 7 and list 8, and here list 0, list 1, and list 2. And when we run it, we see here that two greatest values are I think I should, there's a bug here. I print it inside a loop. I should make it out of the loop to be clear. Now when we run it, yeah, we see that the two greatest values are 8 and 9, and the three least values are 1, 2, 3. So that's all for the third problem in one-dimensional lists.